Welcome to World Coin Rare, where today we explore the America Top 4 Eisenhower dollar coins, the most fascinating, valuable, and collectible pieces every coin enthusiast should know about. First up, the Eisenhower Bicentennial dollar of 1776 to 1976 is among the most iconic and widely recognized commemorative coins in American numismatics. Struck to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, this coin has drawn the attention of both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. While it may appear common at first glance, certain rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine examples command significant value in today's market. Even in a dirty or heavily circulated condition, its symbolic appeal and historical weight make it an object of fascination. It bridges both the legacy of President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the spirit of American independence, cementing its place as a must-have collectible. The Eisenhower dollar series began in 1971, but in 1975 and 1976, the U.S. Mint issued special bicentennial designs across the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar denominations. These coins were not dated 1975 or 1976 individually, but bore the dual date 1776 to 1976 to mark the nation's 200th birthday. The dollar was struck at several minting facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with proof and uncirculated varieties distributed to collectors. The coin also stands as the last large-sized dollar intended for circulation, giving it additional historical significance. Its introduction at the height of patriotic celebrations ties it directly to one of the most important cultural moments in U.S. history. The obverse of the coin features Frank Gasparo's portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, honoring the revered general and 34th President of the United States. On the reverse, Dennis R. Williams, a student designer, created the celebrated bicentennial image of the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, a symbolic nod to both America's revolutionary past and its achievements in space exploration. The coin is made primarily of copper-nickel clad, though special collector editions were struck in 40% silver. With its broad 38.1 mm diameter and substantial heft, the Eisenhower dollar stands out as one of the most visually commanding modern U.S. coins. Although millions of Eisenhower bicentennial dollars were minted, rarity arises from particular factors. Silver-clad proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, especially those in flawless condition, are considered scarce. Likewise, error coins, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or unusual die varieties, carry significant premiums. Condition remains critical. Coins that have been heavily circulated or are dirty, as many examples found in the wild are, tend to hold modest collector value, while high-grade uncirculated and certified proof examples can fetch considerably higher prices. Clean surfaces, sharp strikes, and original luster are what separate ordinary pieces from highly desirable rarities. In today's numismatic market, most circulated bicentennial Eisenhower dollars sell for only a few dollars, particularly if heavily worn or dirty. However, uncirculated silver-clad examples often command values between $300 and $1,500, depending on the grade. Deep cameo proofs and high-grade certified examples can reach into the $5,000 to $8,000 range, particularly when slabbed by PCGS or NGC with top-tier designations. Rare error varieties or pristine proof strikes can sell for even more at auction, as collectors continue to seek standout examples. While circulated coins are more accessible, the upper-end market has shown steady appreciation for pristine bicentennial issues. Collectors are drawn to this coin not only for its affordability in lower grades, but also for the challenge of securing rare and high-quality specimens. Its place as a one-year commemorative issue with a unique dual date makes it appealing for those assembling type sets. Collectors are also advised to seek out proof versions, especially those struck in silver, as they offer both aesthetic beauty and enhanced long-term value. Certified examples graded PR69 or MS67 and higher stand as benchmarks of quality and tend to maintain strong demand at auction. Even in less-than-perfect condition, the coin's bicentennial connection ensures it never lacks a collector audience. For those interested in acquiring this commemorative, proper due diligence is essential. Authentication and grading by reputable services like PCGS or NGC provide assurance of both authenticity and condition, which directly affects value. Silver versions can be distinguished by their edge coloration and weight, while copper-nickel-clad versions are lighter with a distinctive ring. Storage is equally important. Coins should be kept in holders that protect them from further tarnish, dirt, or wear. Attending coin shows, networking within numismatic communities, and consulting trusted dealers are practical strategies for locating high-quality pieces. The 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial dollar holds a special position in American coinage. It symbolizes both the enduring legacy of American independence and the nation's achievements during the 20th century. While millions were struck, the distinction between ordinary circulated coins and rare, pristine varieties creates a wide spectrum of value. From an accessible collector's item to a high-grade rarity worth hundreds or more, this commemorative has universal appeal. Whether admired for its artistry, pursued for its investment potential, or cherished as a patriotic keepsake, the Eisenhower Bicentennial dollar remains one of the most meaningful coins in modern U.S. history. Next up, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark stands out as one of the more intriguing coins in American numismatics. While Eisenhower dollars are often dismissed as bulky and underappreciated, this particular year and variety has developed strong interest among collectors. Its importance lies not just in its association with President Dwight D. Eisenhower, but also in the transitional period of U.S. coinage during the 1970s. Today, despite being overlooked by the general public, rare examples of the 1974 no-mint mark issue command significant attention, particularly when condition and variety align to elevate their desirability. The Eisenhower dollar series began in 1971, commemorating both the late President Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing of 1969. By 1974, the series was well established, but public use was limited due to the coin's large size and weight, which made it impractical for daily circulation. The Philadelphia Mint struck the no-mint mark dollars of that year, contributing to circulation needs while also fulfilling collector demand. The 1974 issues are historically significant because they came just before the dramatic transition to the bicentennial dual-dated 1776 to 1976 designs, which temporarily replaced the standard obverse and reverse motifs. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar features Frank Gasparo's bold portrait of President Eisenhower on the obverse, a design notable for its crisp detail in higher grades, but often found weakly struck in circulation. The reverse displays the Apollo 11 insignia, showing an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch, symbolizing peace. Struck in copper-nickel-clad composition rather than silver, the coin weighs 22.68 grams and measures 38.1 millimeters in diameter, giving it a commanding presence. Even in dirty or heavily worn states, the details remain identifiable, and when fully preserved, the contrast between the obverse portrait and lunar landing reverse is striking. While millions of 1974 Eisenhower dollars were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, survival rates in pristine condition are far more limited. Circulated and dirty examples are common, but those certified in high mint state grades are surprisingly scarce due to weak strikes and heavy use. Adding to the challenge, certain minor varieties and die characteristics are highly sought after by specialists. For collectors, condition is everything. The jump in value from a circulated coin to a gem-quality piece is dramatic. Proof-like finishes or error strikes from 1974 further heighten rarity. The market for 1974 Eisenhower dollars without a mint mark is shaped heavily by condition and grading. A very dirty circulated example might fetch only a modest premium, often around $200 to $1,000, depending on eye appeal. However, coins in certified mint state grades can reach into the hundreds, with particularly well-preserved specimens selling for $5,000 to $6,000 or more. In recent years, some exceptional coins with special strike characteristics or unique errors have brought even higher prices at auction, demonstrating how condition and rarity fuel collector competition. Collectors are drawn to this coin for several reasons: its historical resonance, its challenging condition rarity, and its role within the broader Eisenhower dollar series. While some see it as an overlooked issue, others recognize it as an affordable entry point into large-size dollar collecting. Specialists, in particular, pursue the highest-grade examples, often sending multiple raw coins for grading in the hopes of securing one of the few gems that command strong premiums. Its connection to both American history and the space age ensures that its appeal goes beyond simple numismatics, touching themes of patriotism and exploration. For collectors seeking the 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar, patience and attention to detail are essential. Carefully inspect the obverse for sharp hairlines and the reverse for strong feather details on the eagle, as these areas are often weakly struck. Certification by PCGS or NGC is highly recommended, as third-party grading protects against counterfeits and provides confidence in value. For storage, keep these coins in inert holders to prevent further tarnish or damage, especially if the coin is already in dirty condition. Auctions, reputable dealers, and collector networks remain the best sources for acquiring premium examples. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark is more than just another large copper-nickel coin. It is a piece of numismatic history that bridges eras of American coinage. Though common in circulation, its scarcity in pristine form gives it a unique place among collectors. Its bold design, historical roots, and potential for value appreciation make it a worthy pursuit for both novice and advanced enthusiasts. Whether appreciated for its connection to President Eisenhower, its ties to the Apollo era, or its potential market performance, this coin remains a significant and rewarding addition to any serious collection. Next up, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that continues to draw the attention of collectors. While not as old as 19th-century silver dollars, its presence in the numismatic world is significant because it represents the last large-sized dollar coin produced by the United States, mint before the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar took over in 1979. Collectors particularly admire this coin for its combination of historical relevance, substantial physical size, and the legacy of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Even when found in a very dirty or worn condition, the coin holds a place of respect among enthusiasts because examples from Philadelphia, which lack a mint mark, are harder to locate in pristine condition. This scarcity in high grades, combined with its historical narrative, makes it a compelling collectible. The Eisenhower dollar series was minted between 1971 and 1978, designed as a tribute to both President Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing. The 1977 issue came toward the end of the series and was produced primarily for circulation, unlike the earlier years when silver-clad collector editions were more common. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but the Philadelphia issues bear no mint mark, making them distinguishable from their Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, counterparts. By 1977, the Eisenhower dollar had become a workhorse of commerce, though its large size made it unpopular in daily transactions. Still, its release occurred during a time when America was transitioning away from large, heavy coinage, marking the coin as a symbolic farewell to a long tradition of silver dollar-sized pieces in U.S. history. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar carries a bold and instantly recognizable design. On the obverse, Frank Gasparo's portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower dominates, reflecting strength and leadership, while Liberty arches above his head and the date appears below. The reverse features the Apollo 11 mission insignia, with an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch, a design rich with symbolism linking American power and peaceful intentions during the height of the Cold War. The coin is made of copper-nickel clad, weighs 22.68 grams, and measures 38.1 millimeters in diameter, giving it the heft of classic silver dollars. While these clad coins lack precious metal content, their artistry, historical context, and large size make them desirable for collectors who appreciate numismatic heritage. Although millions of Eisenhower dollars were struck in 1977, the Philadelphia issues without mint marks are notoriously difficult to find in higher mint state grades due to weak strikes and heavy circulation. Coins in average circulated condition are common, but pristine examples with sharp details, original luster, and no major contact marks are far scarcer. Furthermore, the dirty or heavily worn condition of many surviving pieces diminishes their market worth, but those with even slight preservation above the average hold significantly greater appeal. Error coins, such as those struck on the wrong planchet or with double die features, are especially rare and can elevate the value of a 1977 Eisenhower dollar considerably, making them standout treasures in collections. In today's numismatic marketplace, a circulated and dirty 1977 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark is typically valued at a modest level, often between $3 and $15, depending on its wear and eye appeal. However, when found in uncirculated grades, MS65 and higher, values rise sharply, with certified examples often bringing $200 to $500 at auction. Coins with exceptional qualities, such as proof-like surfaces or major error varieties, can fetch even higher premiums, sometimes exceeding $1,000. This price trajectory demonstrates that while the majority of circulated coins are affordable, the pursuit of top-tier examples has become increasingly competitive, cementing the 1977 issue's place in the collector market. For those looking to add a 1977 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark to their collection, it is important to know what to look for. Collectors should prioritize coins with strong strikes and clean surfaces, as these are scarce among Philadelphia issues. Certification from trusted grading services such as PCGS or NGC is highly recommended, as it assures authenticity and provides a clear measure of condition, which is critical in determining market value. When storing these coins, protecting them from humidity, handling, and further dirt accumulation is essential to preserve their appeal. Networking with reputable dealers, coin shows, and online auction platforms can provide the best opportunities to secure high-quality examples or discover overlooked varieties. Beyond its tangible value, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark appeals strongly to collectors who are drawn to transitional pieces in American numismatics. As one of the last big dollars, it bridges the gap between the historic Morgan and piece dollars of the early 20th century and the smaller dollar coins that followed. Collectors often regard it as a symbolic piece of Americana, embodying both the memory of Eisenhower's leadership during World War II and the United States' technological triumph of landing on the moon. This layered historical significance gives the coin cultural depth, making it not just a collectible, but a story encapsulated in metal. In summary, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark is far more than a large copper-nickel coin from the late 20th century. It represents a closing chapter in the history of U.S. dollar coins, ties together themes of leadership, space exploration, and national identity, and remains a sought-after issue for collectors of modern coinage. While many examples are still affordable, the rare high-grade or error specimens carry strong premiums and are considered important investments for serious numismatists. Even in dirty or circulated condition, the coin holds historical charm and collectible appeal, ensuring that it will continue to occupy a meaningful place in the world of numismatics for years to come. Next up, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark represents a landmark piece in modern U.S. coinage. It was the final year of issue for the Eisenhower series, making it historically significant as the last large-sized dollar coin minted for general circulation in America. Collectors prize this coin not only for its imposing presence, but also for its role as the closing chapter of a short-lived but influential series. Even when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar holds a distinct appeal, as it captures the end of an era when the U.S. Mint transitioned away from oversized coins toward smaller, more practical designs. Its appeal is strong among numismatists, who view it as a key, last-of-series collectible. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, alongside America's triumph in the Apollo 11 mission. By 1978, the coin had already experienced its peak circulation years and was losing ground as a practical medium of exchange due to its bulky size and lack of silver content in standard circulation strikes. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1978 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark, and this issue marked the final release before the debut of the Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. Historically, this coin reflects both the end of a bold numismatic experiment and the changing preferences of the American public. It also connects to the broader cultural atmosphere of the late 1970s, when efficiency and practicality were prioritized over tradition in U.S. currency. The design of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar is both powerful and symbolic. On the obverse, Frank Gasparo's portrait of Eisenhower conveys strength and dignity, with bold lettering spelling out liberty and the national motto, "In God We Trust." The date appears prominently at the base. The reverse carries the now iconic Apollo 11 insignia, an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch in its talons, a design rich with symbolism of peace and achievement. The coin is struck in copper-nickel clad, weighs 22.68 grams, and spans 38.1 millimeters in diameter, making it the last circulation coin of its size in U.S. history. For collectors, the combination of the obverse presidential portrait and the reverse space-themed design makes it one of the most visually memorable issues of modern American coinage. While millions of 1978 Eisenhower dollars were minted, high-grade examples are far less common than their mintage figures suggest. Philadelphia strikes often suffered from weak details, especially in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers, meaning coins with sharp strikes are relatively scarce. Additionally, many circulated heavily, leaving them dirty, scratched, or worn. Finding an example in pristine condition with full luster and minimal marks is a challenge, which explains the coin's growing demand in mint state grades. Error coins, including off-center strikes, doubled dies, or wrong planchet pieces, are exceedingly rare for the 1978 issue and rank among the most sought-after Eisenhower varieties. In terms of value, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar without mint marks shows a wide spread depending on condition. Coins in dirty, circulated grades typically bring only $200 to $1,000, reflecting their common status. However, when graded MS-65 or higher, their value increases dramatically, with prices often ranging from $2,000 to $4,000. Superb examples certified at MS-66 or MS-67 have been known to command even higher premiums, occasionally crossing the $7,000 mark at major auctions. Error coins and unusual die varieties can elevate the value significantly further. This market trend highlights the importance of both preservation and rarity in determining the worth of the final year Eisenhower dollar. For collectors seeking this coin, careful selection is key. Look for examples with strong details, particularly in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's wings, as these areas typically show weakness in strikes. Coins certified by trusted grading services such as NGC or PCGS offer assurance of authenticity and condition, which can make a substantial difference in long-term value. While circulated coins can be acquired easily and affordably, the real challenge lies in locating and preserving high-grade pieces. Storage in airtight holders, away from moisture and contaminants, is strongly recommended to prevent further damage. Networking with coin dealers, attending numismatic shows, or participating in online auctions can also provide opportunities to find rare error varieties or premium quality examples. The 1978 Eisenhower dollar appeals to collectors for multiple reasons. It is the last of a beloved series, which often increases desirability among numismatists. It also represents the final large dollar coin struck for circulation, tying it to a lineage that includes the Morgan and Peace dollars. Collectors often find it an essential piece for completing Eisenhower dollar sets, and its association with both President Eisenhower's legacy and America's space achievements gives it enduring symbolic weight. Even casual collectors who encounter one in circulation or inherited collections often hold on to it, recognizing its distinct place in U.S. coin history. In conclusion, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar without mint mark is a coin that blends historical significance, artistic appeal, and collectible rarity. Though often encountered in dirty or worn condition, its role as the final issue of the Eisenhower dollar series elevates it beyond its face value. High-grade examples, rare errors, and certified coins continue to attract strong attention in the market, making them valuable additions to any serious numismatic collection. For new and seasoned collectors alike, the 1978 issue represents not just a piece of American coinage, but also a closing chapter in the nation's tradition of large, commanding dollar coins. Its appeal endures as both a historical keepsake and a worthy investment.